No other genre gets attention the way horror genre does, as if life is not scary enough. Considering how people really love horror genre, I thought that my audience base would love horror genre, and that's the reason why I'm presenting today a horror story based on real life incident. Well, I'm going to talk about a story which has unfolded a few decades back in America and became quite a sensation, been picked up by many movies, became the story of the books, many blogs were written on them, etc. etc. Any guesses which story I'm going to talk about? Well, I don't want to keep you in suspense, so let me just tell you which story I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Amityville, and I'm sure that many of you already know and are aware of Amityville. Amityville is a place in USA. There's a huge Dutch mansion in Amityville which was under scrutiny and became the center of many stories since 1974, when an incident happened and made that house really infamous. Well, that house is a 5-bedroom apartment, a kind of a duplex, where a family of 7 people used to stay. And one fine night, suddenly the son of the family decided to shoot all the other members in the dead of the night. What happened afterwards became a story for many to consume for over many decades. The son, after shooting the family members, turned himself in and was given life imprisonment for second-degree murder. The house remained abandoned because many people complained about ghost sightings and weird stuff happening in the house. So nobody possessed the house for quite some time. But in 1975, there was this couple who got married recently and was very modern in thinking, and they were well aware of the past history of the building, but still moved in. What happened afterwards gave the maximum spice to the story. Well, after moving in, they kind of invited their friends and their family members in the house, and some of the family members somehow got a kind of a vibe from the house, and they suggested to call the priest and bless the house. So the priest was called, and he kind of performed a ceremony. While he was actually sprinkling the holy water, chanting a mantra, he heard a male voice telling him to get out of the house. He didn't share about what he went through with anybody, but after he left, he got bruises all over his hand. Even after this, there were stuff which were happening in the house, and the couple were actually spooked out at that point of time. It was exactly 28 days after they moved in that they decided to bless the house again. So they called the priest, and that was the last day that actually they stayed there, because the story that unfolded afterwards pushed them out of the house. They took their belongings and went to stay to one of their friends' house, and then never came back. From then on, that house is considered to be a cursed house, and many people never set foot in that house again. But well, let me tell you one thing. Now that house has been renovated, completely made over with new paintings, new furnitures and decor, and the house is possessed by a family. This is the story. Well, on this story, there are many books which are written, many movies made. There's a Twitter account. If you haven't read or watched this movie, then you should definitely read it. See, you can watch a movie, but in 3 hours time, the movie can never do justice and can never get into the detailing of the story the way the book can do. So I would suggest you go and read the book first. Meanwhile, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon. I'm also present on Instagram in the name of The Ninth Pawn. Follow me there.